Hey guys, hope you're all doing exceptionally well. So today I wanted to make a video and talk to you about something that people don't often focus on when it comes to their health, when it comes on to fitness challenges, all those kind of things. And that is the importance of recovery and in particular, the role stress can play on our bodies through different lifestyle factors. In particular, what I wanted to talk about today was workout stress, food stress, and mental stress as well. Now, to do so, I need everyone to understand that the body is really an energy circuit. It's its own energy circuit, all right? We consume energy through food, etc., and we expel energy through our activity, through our body function, all right? Everything requires energy, all right? Just like a computer does not work unless you flick on the PowerPoint, all right? So everything needs energy in the human body. For our eyes to work, we require energy. For our digestive system to work, we require energy. Obviously, people are aware to perform exercise, we need energy, all right? And energy comes generally in the way of consumption of food, all right? So I want you to keep that in mind. Now, there's three stresses that I want to talk about today. The first one is workout stress and oxidative stress on a cellular level, okay? So when we work out, we put our body, our physical body, under stress, okay? Now, this is not a bad thing, all right? Because when we put our body under stress, our body has an innate ability to be able to adapt. That is why we talk about things like progressive overload, all right? Because our body will adapt, all right? And we need to continue to push our body so that it continues, all right, to develop and grow, all right, and thrive, all right? So it is really important, but working out does put stress on the body. Put stresses on your bones, put stresses on your cardiovascular system, your musculoskeletal system, everything, all right? So we must recognize that working out is a form of stress. Digestive stress from food, okay? So when we eat a lot of processed food or toxic food, we put a lot of stress on our digestive system. Now, again, our digestive system requires energy to be able to function. Our digestive system is a whole heap of organs and muscles that require energy to expand and contract for it to do its job, okay? Now, when we eat a lot of toxic food, all right, and where it's going through our digestive tract, it can cause stress, all right? Stress can come in the form of bloating, irritable bowel, all right? And when we have a lot of toxins in our food, if our body does not want to, when it goes through our liver, all right, if our liver goes, no, I don't like this, it will create a fat cell and inject that toxin into the fat cell, all right, rather than it go into your bloodstream, okay? And that is where visceral fat comes from, that toxic fat that's around your organs that you can't see, all right? That is where that comes from, okay? So we get stress from digesting from specific foods as well. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, you know, things like detoxes and things like that are not required because we have a liver and that's like our, that detoxifies our blood. And to a certain extent, I would agree. But what I will say is, if we look at the quality of the food that we are consuming now, as compared to the quality of food we were consuming 50, 100, 200, 1,000 years ago, okay, the quality is not as good, all right? So there's no harm in giving your liver a little bit of help, all right? If we didn't need to detox, if we could just consuming the way we were, things like fatty liver disease, etc., would not exist because the liver is our detoxifying, okay? It's our organ that detoxifies our blood. Yeah? So next time people talk to you about, oh, you don't need to do a detox, that's what your liver's for. Well, I would challenge them on that and say, well, your liver is an organ, it needs help, all right? Can't keep going the way we're going. And then we have mental stress. Now, I'm not going to get into a discussion around anxiety, depression, that kind of thing, okay? But what I am going to talk about is the mental load, all right? We have an amazing ability as humans to make ourselves really busy, to worry about so many things on so many different levels, all right? We create a mental load, all right, that our body has to deal with. And the way our body deals with all kinds of stress, from a mental point of view, it's an emotional and hormonal response, okay? But all stresses are dealt with, the body deals with them through a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is our body's natural defense against stress, okay? Now, cortisol, again, in small doses, is fine. But if it's regular and it's high and it's all the time, then it starts to become a huge problem, all right? Because it plays with all the different systems in your body, all right? In particular, your nervous system and also your metabolism, all right? All those kind of things, cortisol can have a real negative impact on. So we've got these stresses in our body. So let's talk about how we can recover from these stresses. So how can we recover from workout stress? Well, first and foremost, we need to have an active recovery or post-workout recovery program, okay? This is things like active stretching, foam rolling. This is very macro, all right? It's that surface stuff, all right? My muscles are tight. I should foam roll them, all right? All right, my muscles, I have short muscles because I don't use them. I need to actively stretch them, all right? You've got to remember that when we go into a workout, we are breaking the muscles down and that they will repair stronger, but they will go, we've all heard of DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, okay? Muscle soreness is a response to that stress. So we need to make sure on a macro level, we have a good active recovery post-workout program. We also need to make sure that we're focused on time between training, all right? Things like double, triple sessions, 7 workouts a week, this kind of thing. The magic happens during our recovery time, all right? That is when the body can do its best work, all right? It doesn't perform well when it's under stress, okay? So giving our body time to recover can also help with performance, all right, when we are working out. Nutrition obviously is critical. Focusing on nutrient-dense foods rather than caloric-dense foods to really get in on a cellular level is really important. Protein is important because protein are the building blocks of muscles. If we've just broken down your muscles, you need to repair them, and protein will help you do that, all right? Water obviously so very critical. Hydration is so important. And sleep, okay? Good quality sleep. Sleep could probably be across all 3 of these, all right? But sleep is obviously important as well. Now, I'll talk about sleep a little bit more when I talk about food. So, digestive stress. So how can we help with digestive stress? Well, number 1, let's consume smaller meals, more regular, smaller meals, all right? If you think about when you go for a pub meal, all right, and you order the palmy, all right? Everyone loves a palmy. You consume your palmy and then within like 30 seconds, you just want to crash, all right? You're just thinking, I need to go home, all right? You might feel a little bloated. This is your body's response to, oh my God, I've just eaten half a cow. I need to now put all of my energy into trying to digest that, okay? So again, your body is an energy circuit. It only has certain amounts to go to certain places at any one time. And it will go to the place where it's required most, all right? So when you've just consumed food, all right, of a high calorie nature or big portion, all right, the body goes, okay, my energy needs to go there, all right? So really important to keep that in mind. Obviously, we should focus on unprocessed ingredients. The more processed an ingredient could be, the more toxic it becomes, and therefore it starts to create more stress. Water is so very, very important. The human body is averages about 65% water. Different parts of the body more so. All right, so we do need to make sure we've got our water up there. Water is also so critical for assisting with digestion. All right, very, very important. A couple of other things here, like I said, focus on nutrients over calories, and eat raw food. Plants are great. Plants have live enzymes in them which help to break down your food. All right, really important. And obviously they're loaded with vitamins and minerals. So making sure you're getting your veggies every day is really, really important. Now, when it comes to food, like I said, our body is an energy circuit, all right? You do not want to be eating food just before you're trying to sleep, okay? Because when you do, your body goes into, all right, I've got to focus on digestion, all right? And it can impact your ability to sleep or have good quality sleep, all right? So very, very important there. Lastly, we've got the mental side of things, all right? So how can we help with this? So sleep again is really, really important. Cortisol levels have been shown to be at their lowest when we sleep, okay? All right, and they slowly build throughout the day. Interesting that. So as our day goes on, generally we become more and more stressed and our cortisol level increases, all right? So sleep is really, really important. Getting that regular, 7 to 8 hours every single night is important. Gratitude is important as well from a mental load point of view. We're so focused on what we don't have, we need to take a moment to realize what we already do have, right? And universal laws will tell you that until you can accept what you do have, the universe won't give you what you want, all right? So that's really important. How else can we reduce the mental load? Well, planning your week, planning your meals, planning your activities, is really, really critical. I can't tell you how much that impacts my life from a business point of view. Knowing what I'm going to be doing the next day, all right, is so important. I don't have to worry about that. Knowing what I'm going to be eating, all right. One of the biggest stresses from a family point of view is what's for dinner every night, doing your shopping, all right, planning your menu, all right. We have got into a routine, we do this planning, and that enables us to make sure we eat well, okay? Rather than being, what are we having for dinner tonight, make a poor choice, etc. So planning is crucial to helping reduce your stress. Imagine waking up every morning and not having to worry about, what am I going to do, all right? What am I going to do? How am I going to get the kids to school? What am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to do for this? Having it already planned out can make a big difference. Mindfulness, all right? Finding ways to practice mindfulness, turning the brain or the body off, okay, for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, okay? Again, I said we have this innate ability to always be busy or want to be busy. When was the last time you took 30 minutes and did nothing? Absolutely nothing, all right? I want you to think about that, all right? Because that can play a huge part in switching yourself off as well. And I do say practice it because it does take time to switch your brain off, okay? So using guided meditations, things like that are a great way to start. And like I've got here, turn off the socials and the news, all right? I don't think I've ever heard good news when you turn the news on. It's all full of negativity, all right? And our socials are full of everyone's highlight reel, and we compare our lives to everyone's highlight reel, okay? So taking time to turn these off can also be a great thing. Having a digital detox is a great way to reduce the mental load and reduce that mental stress, reduce your cortisol, and then your body will go into recovery, okay? All of this is designed for one thing, okay? The human body has an amazing ability to heal itself, all right? When we are sleeping, this is the time for our body to heal itself, okay? So we need to make sure we reduce the mental load so we can get good quality sleep. We need to make sure we're not focused on our body is not focusing on digesting food so we can get good quality sleep, all right? When we sleep and our mind is clear and our body doesn't have to worry about digestion, it can focus on all those other little things that it often doesn't get time to focus on, all right? Like I said, it has and I'm talking about cellular regeneration here, I'm going into quite a lot of depth, but give your body time to do its best work, and that time is when it's sleeping. All right. So guys, that's just a little bit about stress and recovery. All right. So if you find that as a human, all right, you're not performing at your best, let's have a look at these things and work out how we can get you performing better. All right. Take care. Bye for now.